morning through. You start you reading this last story. Today is Monday, the 5th week of Lent, for this year 2023. It's the 127th day of March 2023. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Father Bonniface Kolomu. I am from B2 Island in West New Britain. I'm a priest now. For this year, will be 35 years as a priest. By November 30th, I will be 35 years. I was born back in the excuse me. I was born in June 2nd, 1960 in my own village, Valoka village, B2 Island. I grew up there. I went to attend schooling at the time, where we already have a school established in our village. I started to do grade pre-elementary at the time called prep in 1967. So I continue on to attend the school there till 1973. I attended grade 6. I reached grade 6 in 1973. So I was we set for our exam, and I was selected, one of the students, to go to high school in Malabanga. I went to Malabanga High School in 1974 as in grade. I did grade 7 at the time. It is called Form 1 in those days. And then following year 75, I did the grade. Today is called grade 8, and it was the time when Papua New Guinea received its independence, 1975, 16 September. After that, I applied to go to Channel College. It was called Channel Minor Seminary at the time. So I went there. I was accepted. I went there to do my grade 9 till grade 12, from 76 to what is it? 79. I did grade till 79. I finished my studies there at the minor seminary. So we have to do a 1 year preparation before we can go to the major seminary. So I went up to Erawe to do the spiritual year, to be a Daisen priest. Erawe is in the Southern Highlands, a province in Papua New Guinea. So in 1980, I attended the spiritual year. And then the following year, I went to Bomana, a major seminary, from 1981, first year there. After 3 years in the seminary, we have to go out for a pastoral year, do pastoral to train ourselves in what to do as you become a priest. During that year, it was 1984. And then I was supposed to go back in 1985, but due to some problem, as young people do, so I was put off in my study in 1985. I have to spend that year back at home, do whatever at home that I can do. And then 1986, I returned to the seminary. I completed my studies there. By 19 87 we graduated, and then 98 I was ordained as a deacon at the beginning of the year 1988. So the idea to go back for the whole deacon post at the time for 3 months or so. Then we go out for preparation now for our ordination. So in 1988, November 28, I was ordained a priest back in my village, and the bishop who went to ordain me is late Bishop George Tabata, a local bishop, as assistant bishop at the time to Bishop Albert Bunderwood. So there I was ordained there, and then I was asked to be an assistant priest at St. Francis Xavier, Kuragaga, that's Rabaul Parish at the time, under the Archdiocese of Rabaul. And after 3 years as being assistant priest, I was given as a parish priest to become a parish priest of St. Thomas More Parish, Turuk. That's in Kendrian. So I went there as do my first being a parish priest, and at the end of 1991. And then I stayed there for 3 or so years. After 95, I was sent to Ulamona, St. Joseph Parish, Ulamona. I served there 96, 97. At the end of 97, the bishop asked me to be a parish priest at Wolf. So I went to Wolf at the end of 96. I served there for 4 years, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, as a parish priest at Uval. By 91, I was asked to go to Unia Parish. Unia Parish is on the island, Bali Island is called. So I served the end of 91 to 95, mid 95 or early 95. I served as a parish priest, and then I was asked to come into Kimbe because by the end of at the year 2003, Kimbe itself became a diocese from the Archdiocese of Rabaul in 2003. Sorry, in 2003, Kimbe became a diocese. So by the end of 2004, I was recalled to Kimbe because we have a new bishop at the time. It's a new diocese, Bishop Alphonse Chaupa, a local bishop. So I went back to Kimbe to serve in Kimbe, and I was asked to serve at Saint Teresa of the Child Jesus Parish, Bitokara. So I was serving there for 1 year or so, and then I was appointed as Vicar General to the bishop at the time until 1998. 2008, when Bishop himself voluntarily asked the Holy Father to retire from a bishop. So he retired. I was still Vicar General, also looking after the Bitokara at the time. So when the bishop retired, there was nobody. So according to me, when the bishop retires or died, his appointment, the appointment that he makes all cease. So I decided to leave Kimbe as being a vicar general. I went back to Bitokara as a parish priest. So I stayed there, and then the Archbishop of Rabaul came in as administrator again until in the year 2010 they appointed a new bishop to Kimbe, which is Bishop Bill Fay, a Capuchin from the Diocese of Mendi. So he became a bishop from 2010 until 2020, when the new bishop, the present bishop, was consecrated to take his place, Bishop John Bosco Auram. So there he was consecrated on the feast of St. Paul's conversion. It was January 25, 2020. The new bishop was consecrated, so he took over from Bishop Bill Fay. So there, until that time, till today. Anyway, I'm serving as a retired priest because I experienced this diabetic in 2012. So I was admitted to the hospital in Kimbe for the whole year of 2012 to be treated with this diabetic. But I continued to work. After that, I worked as a parish priest back in V2. I went to my own parish, V2. I served there again from 2011, 2012. I was whatever this sickness of diabetic was discovered, so I was admitted in the hospital. And then I went back in 2013. I continued to be a parish priest till 2020, as I said already, when the new bishop was appointed and was consecrated in 2020. So from 2020 onwards, I went back, and then I got the illness of pneumonia. Then I have to come back to the hospital to spend some more months in the hospital. And from there, that's where I claim to retire from, because I was not healthy enough to continue the work. So I was just staying around in the diocese, helping out in celebrating the Holy Eucharist until 2022, after we have launched our General Assembly pastoral plan, our pastoral plan for the Diocese of Kimbe in the month of May 2nd. I think it was the feast of the Annunciation or the Visitation. Mary visited Elizabeth on that feast of the Visitation. We launched that General Assembly or pastoral plan for the diocese of our diocese. And it was after that the bishop asked me, because I felt that I just enough of being as a parish priest. But he asked me to take care or look after Valoka because the parish priest went on holiday. So I came in 2022 June, on the 5th of June. That was the feast of the Pentecost, feast of the Pentecost, 2020 June. So I stayed in Valoka till now, 2023 now. What's the date today? 27th now, 27th March 2023. So with all these years, as I said, I celebrated my 34th anniversary last year. As I've said, I celebrated my 34th anniversary as a priest last year, November, 30th November 2022, and I hope to celebrate some more anniversaries before the end of this life. So I thank you very much for the time you're listening or to share this story with you. May the God bless you all.